Hello everyone, I'm Hisnow. I'm from China, and I officially graduated with my master's degree last month. To be honest, during my final year, there wasn't a single day when I didn't wish it would end as soon as possible. My classmates and I started counting down from the beginning of my or last year. Every month, we'd encourage ourselves by saying, "Look, another month is over. We are getting closer." All I could think was, I just want to leave this place. I don't care what comes next. I just don't want to keep lying like this. So why was I so desperate to graduate? Because this was what my life looked like. Every weekday, I started working at around 9 a.m. and usually don't finish until about 9 p.m. I work 6 days a week. By the time I got home, I was completely exhausted. I'd screen through my phone for a while, fall asleep, and then wake up to do exhausted something again. After 6 straight days of work, I would finally get one day off. But by the time I had recovered enough to feel like myself again, it was already Monday. The cycle started all over again, and not every Sunday was actually a day off. The longest stretch I ever worked with a single day of rest was 3 months. In fact, this is pretty common from many graduate students in China. Some people had it even harder than I did. That's why so many of us can't wait to graduate. Now it's been about a month since I graduated, and I've slowly started a new chapter of my life. Recently, I've realized something. Spending an entire year wishing it would end was actually a mistake. Because that final year was just something to get through. It was my year. It was part of my life. No matter how difficult it was, it still belonged to me. And if you think about it, our lives only contain so many years. During that entire year, my mind was always living the future. I never really lived in the present. Most of what I felt was stress, anxiety, and uncertainty about what happened next. Those emotions took over almost every day. Before I knew it, an entire year had passed. When I finally left my university, I realized something else. I didn't want to leave. I wasn't ready to say goodbye to the friends I had made there. We had created so many wonderful memories together. Now everyone has gone their own way, and once again, I'm on my own. Looking back, I barely noticed this friendship during my final year. My attention was completely trapped by work and by the pain I wanted so badly to escape. For will always bring difficult times. Pain is something we can't completely avoid, but we are suffering. Maybe we shouldn't spend every day wishing the painful period would end as quickly as possible. Because the days are still our life. They don't simply disappear. If all we do is wait for them to pass, we may all miss wonderful moments hidden inside them. So is there any way to make these painful times a little easier? I've found one method that really helps me. Whenever I become completely focused on something, the pain becomes quieter. Sometimes I even forget about it for a while. If I am feeling anxious, I will do something that requires all of my attention. It could be reading, watching a movie, exercising, traveling, and then learning something new. For example, after breaking up some people throw themselves into work. Of course, it's important to choose healthy distractions. Some people try to escape pain by picking up even worse habits, and that usually creates bigger problems later. Have you ever wished you can skip an entire chapter of your life? I'd love to hear your story in the comments.